God, I just love watching fucking plasma. Now we'll talk about the coil. I mean, she's a little solid state guy. You'll see a few. We wound it probably with, I think my brother said 22,000 strands, rolls of 22, AWG for the secondary. I forget the primary. The toroid was a 8-inch diameter, 2-inch wide, custom made. It's really much controlled by this remote and RCA. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. We had to ground it out so we don't get zapped into ourselves. So my buddy gives me this guitar amp to look at for him a few weeks ago, and well, it's a tube amp obviously, and you can obviously tell it's shorting out and making a very, very bad problem for whoever's going to have to service this next. Glad it's not mine. Fuck that. I've noticed a lot of latency issues in other YouTube streamers, so I'm going to show you how to make a Cat6 cable. First thing you do is get your cable, you open it up. I go for the middle so you don't, cut your cable inadvertently. Then you cut out what you need. And then you cut the ends flush. Do it on the other side, obviously. Then you have to strip it. I didn't really have any good ones at this time, so I had to use those ones. Hood method. Then you pair them apart by the twisted pairs. There's 4, obviously. Then you untwist them. The next part's kind of important and is aligning the color code, which I will overlay to show you how to do a basic RJ45 crossover cable. Then you want to get them all flush, get as much tension and strain out of there. Trim the leads for the next part, which is cutting open the bag of jacks. About 100 of them for like $10. It's a hell of a good deal. Make sure they're good. Make sure those are nice and even after you straighten it out again. And before you crimp it, you want to test fit it and make sure the terminals go all the way in to the wire, so when you do crimp it, it will meet. And there's enough insulation left on the boot portion to actually hold it. You insert it into your crimping tool and you squish it once and twice. I usually do twice. And then you're good to go. All done. You make sure, test it out, and do the same thing on the other end.
Breaking news. This is sent from the Hotel the New Yorker. The body of Nikola Tesla was found there dead today. The plans for the death ray and his Mark Twain skull is still missing. If you know anything about that, please contact us.
I'm not gonna lie, after this many months at home dealing with this stuff, quarantine, I'm surprised this isn't how things get done. Every cut's actually a bullet. I'm fucking dead now. But no, they're not bullets, they're just pellets, the little 17s. Do this 3/8 an inch steel, legitimate ballistics plate. I mean, it barely fucked up the paper, but ruined the pellets. I couldn't feel a thing. All eBay, man, perfectly legal. Beautiful stuff. Do not do this at home, you idiot. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's just people not properly social distancing, continuing to spread the sickness. All of this talk about craft beer has, made me feel like I should show you guys some of my favorite bottles I've drank over the last 2.5 days to keep busy. For our 238th episode of Nuclear Toys with Nick, we're going to have show and tell. Today we have a selection of different size radium painted watch hands. Here we have a nice case, obviously. We lined them with lead, but just a core sample of trinitite from Nevada where they did the testing. But get your UV flashlight at home, which we all have, obviously, and shine it on your watch hands, and you will see the phosphorescence of the radium still glow. All of those girls who painted those died of some type of cancer. I can almost guarantee you that. This is a pickup I made on eBay a few months ago. It was really cheap, actually. It's just a very small piece of yellow cake or some crap. I don't fucking know. And some shavings from a processing facility that handles nuclear core reactors. This is our gamma spectroscopy box. It's all lead lined so it doesn't leak. We got this pretty well safe. Everything is legal and whatnot. You can get it all on eBay. We all know times are tough, getting exercise is difficult, so this week this episode is sponsored by exercising on your front porch like a crazy man in a crazy jacket, looking around, getting that breakout, getting that fresh air. You don't even have to wear your mask because you're on your own private property. My Wingly Dinglies from 2015. This was a terrible experience, as you'll see these things. This hurt like a bitch. I was carrying a tire in a junkyard and I slipped in the dirt and folded over, and well, it folded over my wrist and I ripped a ligament, needed this stitching, had that pin put through there, which was no fun, that pin through there for 2 whole months in the winter. It was terrible. We're gonna take the next 15 seconds and take a few deep breaths, calm down, recuperate ourselves, and look at this beautiful imagery. I bet you're starting to feel better already. You're welcome. Thank you. Good night. Welcome back to the Crappy Corn Network. It is about as far as I got in like scripting and drafting before I realized I just kind of wanted to show off pictures of what this camera can do. 24 megapixels, man. And I like that one too. And people like coins. It's good stuff. I play the pots and the pans for you. You don't see anybody sitting on their desk screaming, playing pots and the pans for you with DJK in their name or anything like that. You don't see anybody doing anything fucking like this. Really? What is everybody else doing, really? Come on. So my buddy found himself in Egypt trying to be like Steve with a foreign exchange student in high school. And he gets me a memento, but it's a fucking lighter made in China. He bought in Egypt. It's like, come on, you should have brought me a rock. A couple days ago, the DEA and state used our local taxi cabs to break into this house and pull out millions of dollars, multiple guns, and a shitload of drugs. I said kilos. And then the next morning, a man wakes up here dead. Is that a conspiracy, guys? I don't think so. Yeah, this made parking fucking real easy. But, Riverfront State Park. Look at all these gloves. Wait, how did they get in the KFC box? Did they use the gloves for eating chicken? But as you can see, not a single glove or mask there. We do have these in Lawrence, just there's no bags for your dogs to take a shit in. They haven't fixed this fountain in like 10 years. Okay, this is a good story. Like when I was young, I watched like 4 guys run up, and they came out of an escalator and they pulled their shanks out and they stabbed this dude in the chest. And they all ran back in their car like it was fucking nothing. Like nothing ever happened. And that was cool. They blocked off this park. It's an Avis block. It would be hard to pick. But how can I go down that slide? Come on, it's so tough. It looks so fun. I just want to go down the slides. I can't say about what happened in the old park, but I like that little shout out they did. Have some water. Hey, what's that? Oh, yeah, well, I found a turtle here once. People painted. It was bizarre. Dun, dun. And behind me we have a boys and girls club. Actually opened in I believe 2004 because I started high school the next day, and well, kids drowned in the water. Here's an oil can, part mattress, and I found this camp. Beautiful embankment. I would easily go to like Old Orchard Beach and go camping at this place. I mean, it's got a security mirror so you can see. I would ride my bike down that as a child. I was amazed I never went on the Merrimack. But I'm pretty sure there was at least 1.5 people there, and like they were shooting up because it sounded like a man and a sick dog lived there. But this park I would go to quite a bit. Nice little alcove to hang out, and you'd find some good stuff. You just have to know where you're looking for. Like here, I forgot I was filming here, so I'm just gonna kind of make it look like I was trying to film.